up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny, back here with another reaction video. Today's video, we going through the MESUS catalog. Hope I said the homie's name right. No disrespect if I didn't. Shout out to the subscribers for putting me on to him. And just want to preface, every video that I've reacted to, this is the first time I've heard any of this music. Growing up in an urban environment, you're pretty small-minded unconsciously about the content that you consume. So I appreciate everybody who's on this journey with me of enlightenment, as well as letting me share my message. With that being said, if this is your first time, or not your first time, and anybody, if you could hit the like button for me. Trying to run it up to 1 million subscribers, and not just 1 million, but let's get 100 million. If we can start 100 million thought-provoking conversations in America today, who knows what we can do maybe to flip this thing around and change the direction where we're going. So we're going to get into the white sin today, and I'm looking forward to hearing this because, man, my white guys are under attack. So, like I said, man, we need the Stone Cold Steve Austins, the John Waynes to emerge back in the flesh and show they still got it.
One of the most disturbing things over the past few days, I think, has been the treatment of whiteness as some kind of moral disease. Yeah. You know, apparently all white people are racist.
I'm sorry George Floyd got killed. I kneel, but I don't feel white guilt. That's real. Had guns in my face a bunch by cops. Had my face slammed off my trunk by cops. Piece of shit come in every race. That's facts. Some work for the fucking state and wear badge. Doesn't matter where you come from. Black hood, yo, this shit affecting everyone. Backwoods, I'm not sorry I was born white. You act like it was my choice. You act like it was my need. It suffocated joy.
Hey, already going. Hey, I'm a firm believer, man, yo. Our brain don't know what color our skin is. That's all manipulation. You know, regardless of what religion you believe in, you all know that you can't serve two masters. You can't serve God and you can't serve the world. And when we're born, we're nothing but spirits. Everything else is a label thrown at us by the world to manipulate us, to make us hate thy neighbor instead of love thy neighbor, like the Bible says. Everything is demonic. And, you know, the George Floyd situation, while it was unfortunate, man, I'm a big believer in cause and effect. And you reap what you sow. And, well, my grandma, you know, I love to speak on Granny. And she always said, them boys running around the streets, they going to go to jail or hell. And you reap what you sow.
George Floyd, you act like I don't give a shit. You act like I did this shit. You act like I think that all black folks are ignorant. I refuse to be labeled as the same across the table. Baby rapping, shedding all the way to Cain and Abel. I ain't Karen in the park and I ain't Derek Chauvin. I ain't nothing like those motherfuckers. Skin's the only thing we have in common. I'm a phone watching George dying. Swear to God, if I was there, I would've rushed the cops or died trying. And I ain't saying it's the fault of people that it didn't. I'm just saying I ain't sitting back, white or black, or pigment. Victim is a victim, and so you don't get me wrong. The only ones that's in the wrong had the badges and pistols on along the.
And I'm gonna piggyback off that. The other ones that are in the wrong are the liberals, because their policies have been destroying black communities since the 60s. You know, there's this supposedly concept that conservative Republican white people are the biggest threat to black Americans. They don't come in our hood. But every mayor that's been running around through here, they've been Democrat. Every state representative, every legislator, they're all Democrat. So we don't want to just talk about cops, because I'm sure it's a lot of cops right now who are doing the right thing and who are standing up and not taking this jab and willing to lose their life and sacrifice their career. So salute to all y'all, right? But they know, they understand what I'm saying when I say it's easy to try to label these groups and the subset of it's tricky. Like, I don't believe there's a difference between Black Lives Matter and Antifa and the LGBTQ and the feminism movement. I think it's all like mixed together now, and it's trying to it throw eggs in its hide its hand, and it tries to blame everything on white men. But we starting to see through the smoke. We wiping off the mirror and we see what's going on. White men are under attack, but all men are standing together. Black men been under attack forever, and we linking up, man. Patriots gonna stand up and we gonna hold this story down. hold his nation down better yet. And I said a story. I was actually reading a story the other day about Jesse Owens when he was at the Olympics in Berlin, and how he had made really good friends with one of the white guys there, and how that white guy eventually had to fight on his side and ended up dying in the war. But during the time that him and Jesse Owens were together at the Olympics, he told Jesse, he said, "My wife is pregnant, and if you ever come back, I want you to see my boy, and I want you to tell him about me. And I want you to tell him how much we had in common and that color had nothing to do with our differences." And that was 1936 Berlin. And here we are in 2021, still trying to beat the message, hey, black, white, yellow, brown, green, blue, red. We're all just people. We're all just humans, man. Leave us alone and let us live.
Same thought process, if I'm being honest. Why am I supposed to feel guilty for shit that I ain't involved with? I ain't never been to Klan rallies, neither has my granddaddy. Ex-girl is black, almost had a black granddaddy. When I get a tan, I look mucho Mexican. Think I never been through problemos, better guess again. Guess we back to guess again, cause of this mess we in. Even though I never been one to hate because of skin. Fuck it, paint us all with the same brush. Don't blame the bad apples, blame the whole bunch. I feel like Sonny, this ruined my whole lunch. Sick to my stomach, God, I don't know who to trust. One channel says this, one channel says that. One says he ain't resist, one says he fought back. Yo, I thought that, what if we had roles reversed and I was in a hearse? I wonder how many cities would have burned. When will we learn? God, I know you coming to take us home to that paradise that don't see color. Just my brother, just my sister, just my family. Just one nation under God, just humanity. It's God.
To piggyback up, man, bars. I was a kid when they went through the process of removing the Pledge of Allegiance from school, and so I didn't know much about it. And I remember hearing the argument that this was going to usher in a bunch of satanic atheism, things going on in America. And with one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all, that matters. We're individuals. We're all in this nation, but you as an individual man or woman, you control your destiny and how far you go in life. But if I tell you your destiny is based off your skin color or your sexuality, then I control how far you go, because you're looking to me to do something about it. See, I'm a firm believer that you don't look up to another man. No man is your friend. No man is your enemy. Every man is your teacher. So I can learn something from everybody walking the face of this earth. But at the end of the day, the decision and the choice to act is on me. And if you've read the book Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, it talks about that our self-image paints how we view the world. As a man thinking, so is he. So if I can make you think that you're nothing because you're black, or that the police are going to kill you, or if I can make you think that all white people are racist, then I don't have to worry about you because you're not a threat. You're one of my sheep at the end of the day. If I can make you, and this is what really confuses me in this whole twist, is that so many white people think white people are racist. Like they weren't raised around mostly white people, like their family isn't mostly white people. Like that's the biggest catch that's just all over the place. That everything that I'm saying on this video right now, if a white guy was to sit down and explain it to another white guy, they would probably call him a white supremacist. If that white guy was to say it in front of a group of black and Hispanic people, who knows how they would respond, because these people have been so programmed to be overly emotional and not logical. They wouldn't listen to anything that white guy is saying factual. They would only say, oh my God, it's coming out of a white guy's mouth. And I'm a firm believer that, I learned a lot from Ralph Waldo Emerson, from Napoleon Hill, from Bob Proctor, from Elon Musk. I don't have an issue with white guys. I don't think the skin color makes a difference. And I'm glad to hear music like this standing up for unity in the United States, that, man, we're all just Americans, once again, trying to live our life and have an abundance of happiness and success for our family and our children.
Planet, man, we need to get our shit together, cause God planned for people to live free and peace together forever. So rest in peace, George Floyd, you deserve justice, along with everyone who died from racist motherfuckers. And cause of that, you best believe I'll take a knee to show respect. But if you're waiting on apologies from me, to hold your breath, I'm not guilty. No, I'm not guilty.
I like that one. I mean, and I didn't even know that track was based around the George Floyd situation. But I honestly feel two ways about it. If we gonna be all the way honest, man, you know, my dad always said, man, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. George Floyd was he just shouldn't have been in that situation, man. Like I'm in my young years, you know, at 40, bro, you got to be moving a lot smarter, a lot more. If you're gonna do drugs, sit at the crib, you know, but don't put yourself in situations. That's the biggest thing that doesn't make sense about, you know, cop interactions is a lot of people put themselves in issues, in situations where they can be involved with cops. Like I'm in the inner city right now, bro. Cops don't harass you. It's people riding four-wheelers down the street on wheelies. It's cars that don't have headlights. It's Tim tags that have been expired for a year and a half. But it's all about how you respond. Because when that cop comes to you, man, he watch the news just like you do. He know if it goes sideways, he gonna be labeled racist. He know his whole family gonna have to move. So if you can keep it chill and not escalate the situation, it probably don't go that way. Are there the few bad apples that's just looking for somebody to mess with? Yeah, but there's a few pissed off people at McDonald's. There's a few doctors and nurses that aren't, you know, the sharpest knife in the drawer. It isn't just cops that we have that aren't the best that they could be. I mean, hell, Joe Biden is the president, dog. You know, but on the flip side of that, the rage that was over the George Floyd situation made no sense. I mean, his wife divorced him. He was charged. He was fired from his job. I don't know one person who justified what he did. So the fact that the media was even able to create a divide in that situation, it just shows you how powerful the media is. I don't know one person who looked at that George Floyd video and was like, I don't know, bro. If you look at it from this side, his knee was like kind of on him, so it's cool, you know. Everybody had the same consensus that. And that's kind of, hey, lighten up a little bit. So it just shows, man, media manipulation is powerful. And music like this to show people, man, you shouldn't be guilty. Hey, I don't think a white person alive should be guilty for slavery or for racism or, you know, the whole thing about slavery is they painted it as black people were stolen. And if you go back and read history, man, it's called the slave trade. That means my ancestors traded somebody off down the line for some goods, for some guns, for some whatever materials they got. Whether I was from an opposite tribe or my people was beefing with their people, it was still gang turf wars. And if you look at the way our people treat each other in America, it's the same concept. We were selling off other tribes members because we was beefing with them. And that was happening in the average hood. What happened to the Young Dolph? What happened to Nipsey Hussle? What happened to Pop Smoke? It ain't white people pulling them triggers. We outraged over the people who don't matter. And I'm not saying George Floyd don't matter to his family and his friends, but he wasn't taking care of his whole community like these rappers do. That's the people we should see Black Lives Matter in Memphis right now for Young Dolph. A black millionaire killed inside of a black-owned business. After he had just dropped off $25,000 worth of turkeys to the hood. That should be on the news. Not the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. The Ghislaine Maxwell case should be everywhere if you want to talk about something. But, man, it just shows, man, the media doesn't want to unite us. It wants to divide us. So I'm using tools like YouTube and putting my message over fire music. That, man, we all got to stand together. We all need each other. I am my brother's keeper. I am you and you are me. We all connected in this thing somehow, some way. And when one person rise up, that enlightens another person to rise up, which enlightens another person. And before you know it, we got a whole mob of patriots willing to go to war. Shout out to my subscribers for sending me this track. A fire one, a super fire one. Gave me a lot to talk about. So thank you guys for listening to my commentary over this one. Spread love, spread positive vibes, man. Listen to the voice inside of you. Sit still and know God. There is no faith needed around you when there is unlimited faith within you. With that being said, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I am out.